And welcome in on a Monday, the 23rd of July. Good to have you here. This is very exciting. We have actual, real drama to talk about. Yesterday, the British Open. We'll get into that. We'll get into Roberto getting on my nerves. We'll get into a host of things. David, you missed Friday's Saratoga opener. You were missed. And also, I think Roberto needs your help. So I know that hurts his ego. But we'll save all of that for a little bit later. I want to jump right in. I don't need to ask you guys how your weekends was if we just discussed it for the last hour hanging out. So let's move. British Open. And it shows you the power of Tiger Woods. And it's I don't know if there's a comparative in sports. When Tiger is relevant, people watch. When Tiger is not, people don't. The Open did its highest number in 18 years. The numbers were up 38% year over year. And it's based on Tiger Woods. And look, more specifically, there's been this endless debate now. Tiger's back. Tiger's not. Tiger's back. Tiger might be back. I hope he's back. He could be back. Hold on. Yesterday, back nine, Tiger Woods, top of leaderboard. Did he implode? He did. But he was there, and he was relevant, and he played well. Now it becomes a little bit more appropriate to me. Now it's not about, well, he didn't embarrass himself. Well, he played okay. Listen, in a number of other years, Tiger would have been good enough to win that tournament. He faced a guy in my cousin Frankie Molinari who didn't have a single bogey the last 36 holes. Now, hey, I'm no Davis Love III here, and I can tell you that's incredible. That's like once a decade somebody can pull that off in a major. Maybe. 36 holes of golf, not a single bogey. You can make a case Tiger played well enough to win. Now, he didn't. That's sports. But my question is simply, do you believe now? Was this the launch-off point to where, hey, it's actually realistic that this guy – now, he's not going to win the Open. That's just not going to happen. I mean, Vegas has got him, I think, at 18-1 from everything I've read, and certainly some of you will know this better than me. I mean, the course just doesn't set up for him. It's not going to happen. But did yesterday at Carnoustie, did this weekend at Carnoustie, give you the hope for you to call in and flat out say it, this dude will win a major? Many, many people are taking that tack today. I won't, because I still think there are some major flaws here. I still think as well as he's capable of playing, it's clear the old Tiger gone. It's just gone. It's never coming back. He's a 42-year-old golfer who's had 4 back surgeries, including one with this lumbar surgery that we have no frame of reference for. Essentially, it's experimental in the golf world. I think those are major factors in whether he can get it done or not. The other issue, too, and again, people who know the sport better than me, he can play good for a while. Some tournaments longer than others. But by Sunday, that back nine, maybe that whole round, he's not able to go on the offensive. And I know, look, Tiger used to be the king of just parring his way out, let others make mistakes, and he could be perfect. But now you still see, like, look, on 11, when he went out and you saw his ego get the best of him, when he tried to chip that ball just over the bunker, it rolls back to him, that was a disaster. There was no reason to do that. But the old Tiger would have done it without apologies and executed the shot. But that guy's gone. So, no, I'm not convinced he's going to win one. Is this the best I've seen him play? Yes. Was this the most compelling case that he can win another major? Yes. I know some people are going out and saying he might get 2 or 3. I know some people are saying next year with the course selection, places like Bethpage and Pebble, Pebble Beach, they play more to his strengths. We know what Augusta is. We know that he can contend there. The year after, I think, what was the year after? I think it's St. Andrews. That's another place where he can compete. That this year, the course selection, very difficult for him. It's about just getting the engine started. He was compelling. I was locked in on it. That's kind of, look, and I admit it. If Tiger's in it in a major on Sunday, I watch. If he's not in it, I don't. Maybe that makes me bad. Fine. But this is why he's still one of the most powerful people in sports. His presence dictates whether the entire sport is watched or not. There's no one else who has that power anywhere in sports. No one in hockey, no one in baseball, no one in football. You want to say basketball with LeBron? Here's why that's not really the case. The NBA Finals are an event. They're watched every year. But you take Tiger out of the British Open, you take Tiger out of the U.S. Open, maybe Augusta is Tiger-proof that enough will watch, but Tiger Woods plays, you're setting 18-year highs. Tiger Woods plays and plays well, you're putting up numbers that are 30, 40, 50% higher than year over year. He still has that power. And I love the fact he played well Saturday to get us in a position where we had an event to watch. The Tigers getting their ass kicked by the Red Sox, not an event. Tiger in the Open, playing for the Claret Jug at Carnoustie, that's riveting. Even I will lock in as someone who is not a golfer, someone who is not a diehard of that sport. I loved it. And look, as a fan of sports, I think you should love it too, because these types of things, they're few and far between now. They really are. But I want to throw the number out. I really would like to know, is this the jump-off point now where you will put your name behind it and say straight up, no doubt, not I hope, not he might, not he can. Tiger Woods will win a major. I'm not ready to do it. Part of that is I've had the opinion since 2009. I thought mentally he wrecked himself and physically followed. 4 back surgeries, one of them experimental, 42, shows signs of fatigue late in the rounds, late in the tourney. And you know what? Let's face it. The golfers, the game itself is better than when he was dominating. It just is. Instead of Ernie Els and Phil Mickelson, I mean, I would argue you've got the strongest crop of young golfers under the age of 30 in the history of the sport. And I think that's going to work against him because Tiger's not a spring chicken anymore. There's no guarantee of his health. There's no guarantee he can put this together to get it done. And I'll tell you this, these fields are tougher. This ain't Ernie Els and Phil. You know, you got the Dustin Johnsons, the Justin Roses, the Jason Days, the Patrick Reeds. I mean, this is real deal. Spieth, I mean, he's a baby. But the neighborhood's a lot tougher. So I think there's a good argument both sides of this. Yes, he will. No, he won't. But in any event, as a sports fan, I just settled in and enjoyed it yesterday. I don't have to love golf. I don't have to have a PhD in understanding it. I knew the shot on 11 was a bad idea. That's easy for me to tell you. And I do think golf is one sport where the commentators give you a great insight into why, not only what a guy's attempting to do, but why. And I think if you just watch the broadcast, it's like the opposite of football, where the broadcasters are garbage. This is true insight into why he's doing it, what he's doing, how else he could approach it. And again, watching it yesterday was one of the best things I've watched in 2018. I mean, if we're being honest about it. I put it right up there with Caps and Golden Knights, Game 1, third period. Put it right up there against Sunday at Augusta. You put it up there against a lot of, I mean, the NBA Finals, forget it. You want to say Game 1 for the stunning J.R. Smith moment sponsored by Henny? Fine. But that round yesterday, that was great stuff. 248-539-9797. We'll get some phone calls in the mix. We'll certainly get the ticket text 97136. Sully, David, I would say Roberto, but I know he didn't watch, but we'll get the opinions of the gentleman behind the glass. Every day I'm telling you about O'Reilly Auto Parts.